In the previous episode, we worked on Providence and we got kind of far. We kept fighting Providence in the Hallowed, and the issue I was having with her is that she kept enraging because, look, honestly, our Hallowed, it's kind of tiny. Now, I could use the Contaminator to expand it a bit, but that's just kind of a pain in the butt at the moment, and I don't really want to go through all that effort. So I took a couple minutes, I went down here, and I used some City Busters from Fargo's mutant mod. I just made a big old area. We're going to fight Providence in the underworld. And I put an extra platform there, though I don't think I'll need it because we can walk on the lava. We can walk on this platform. Then we have this one up here. And then Providence in the underworld also does slightly different things. So I'm going to basically have to relearn a little bit of the fight here. I'm not expecting to kill her right away. In fact, there is an opportunity, I think, to go do Ceaseless Void and see how that goes. Although, do I need anything for the Runicos? I got that. I got that. Okay, so I could try and do Ceaseless Void. And honestly, I think Ceaseless Void is fairly easy. And so is Stormweaver and Signus. I think all of them are fairly easy and actually might be easier than Providence. So we may go do those first. But today I've got a headache, so I'm not expecting to do a whole heck of a lot. We'll have to feel it out. Like a pretty bad headache. I don't know what it is. It's just one of those days. It's one of those days. Tired, got a headache. And I'm just jumping in to play a little bit of Terraria and have a bit of fun. So I think I've got everything summoned. We're just gonna jump right into it today. I'm gonna start down here, honestly. And let's see what different stuff Providence does in the underworld. I vaguely remember some things. Okay, yeah, so we get our normal spikies or spears. I don't know what they're actually, I think they're spears. I don't know if you noticed that, but I waited for my little elemental to heal me there. I like walked to it. All right, now we got our orbs, which, you know, don't like that. I literally flew into the... That was so bad. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Oh, the stuff on the ground. I couldn't see it. That's a problem. That is really hard to see. That colorization on that particular thing on the ground is not great. I don't like that. Let's turn that off, put that on. And put that on and do this. I think I'm just gonna need to move one side to the other. Like when I start getting crap on the ground, like just go somewhere else, you know? Like, you know, that's a possibility. I don't have to stay here. I'm in the underworld. I can just move right. Oh, I can't believe I ran into all of those. Ugh. I'm not playing well with the dodges on Providence. I think I actually kind of had a bit of the same issue back in the Rogue series as well. I just tended to really struggle with these stupid projectiles. All right, it's gonna take me a little bit to warm up. It's been a couple days since I played. I've been playing other games. I've been trying to work on some other projects for the channel, but man, I've been a little distracted with other stuff. So I'm gonna go warm up. We'll see how I do. Oh, that's right. This is the other thing that's changed. Is that does this like little crystal thing above your head that fans out. It's actually really easy for me to dodge that because I can see those very well. Everything else I'm struggling with. I'm struggling to see the rest. But honestly, it does feel a little bit easier than the one in the Hallowed. This was a suggestion by many of you to try it in the underground first and see, or in the underworld and see how that goes. I think I agree with that. Let's kill it down here first, and then we can do it up in the Hallowed. So, status update. I've been at this, about 20 minutes. I've been doing this fight about 20 minutes. I've died a lot. Man, I'm just not in this tonight. Like, I'm gonna be perfectly honest because you guys will feel it. I don't know what just damaged me there, actually. I just took a bunch of damage. I wasn't paying attention. I just don't want to do this fight. Like, I'm actually not having fun with Terraria with this particular fight. And the more that I do it, the faster I die. That's where I'm at. And it's not, by the way, it can't enrage, right? Because we have it set to daytime permanently. We've locked it there so that way I can just keep doing the fight over and over without having to worry about the enrage. But man, it's a pain in the booty. It's also really annoying. This just adds to the annoyance that I have to click that off in order to summon this, in order to then summon these, and I have to do that every single time I die, and it's just kind of a pain in the butt. It's nothing big, it's just annoying. Anyway, so I learned that when I want to dodge things better for this particular fight, I need to move less than I usually do. Except right now, for whatever reason, I'm just like an idiot and just literally hit everything. Like, this has been the last 5 minutes. Every time I'm going to show you again. We're going to keep doing the same thing. There's no point in healing up because I'm not going to last that long anyways. But like, I don't understand what my brain is doing right now. I bet you part of it is the headache, but man, I was even doing this yesterday, or not yesterday, in the last episode. So I'm not sure what's going on here. I am going to take a break from this fight in just a second. What was I doing? All right, the whole thing, right? Gotta put that off, put this on, go with this. It's just, that shouldn't happen. I don't know what kind of weird bug is going on there, but it's really annoying. All right, here we go again. So again, if I learned when I was doing well and I was getting her under half health, if I move less, I tend to have a much easier time. Also, I need to be starting down on the bottom as opposed to up on, like down in the lava as opposed to up on the top. It just makes it a little bit easier for me to dodge those spears at the beginning. I've just not been doing that the past couple of attempts. All right, I'm actually a pretty good spot here, minus the fact that I just keep getting hit, which is a lot easier to dodge these when I'm slightly below the boss. I'm also able to gain those heals. Oh, there was a stupid projectile there that I didn't see because she's freaking 50 times the size of a normal screen. It's just really annoying. It's so annoying. It's just... I remember not liking, like, here's the thing. I like this fight. I like the concept of this fight. I don't like the execution of this fight. And I think I remember saying something very similar in the Rogue series as well. It's a cool fight that makes you move in fun ways, but it's not tuned quite right. Like, it feels like some of the projectiles are incredibly unfair. Not those. I think those are fair and they're pretty easy to dodge. But the little Orby boys, which we'll see in a second here, I feel like are, yeah, they just move to, or they spawn erratically is what it seems like. So you can't predict them. And sometimes it'll spawn like 3 or 4, like right on top of each other. And even if you like dash out of the way or, you know, use your Rod of Discord, like you get hit by stuff. It's just really annoying. It's really, really annoying. Not a fan. And I know I'm just like reaming on this fight, but I'm just annoyed with it. That's what it boils down to. So let me, you know, let me be annoyed. Let me just do this and just move on with my life. I am gonna go probably do Signus. I hate these little freaking flames that land on the ground down there. They always seem to land right where I don't want them to. We got these projectiles up top now. We actually got an adrenaline there. That's pretty good for us. I'm in a super bad spot. I have to move. Yeah, and there was no way I was going to get out of that. If I went left, I was going to get hit again anyway, so. It's just, man, it's a pain in my butt. I'm just not into this fight lately. And, you know, I didn't put up a Terraria video yesterday. I did Mass Effect instead because I just didn't want to do the fight. that was my thing. I just don't want to do this tonight. Rune of Cost. How do I make this? I totally have everything for it. Rune. There we go. Let's just craft that, do that. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm not always ragey like this. It just happens to be the headache, I think. So, contains the power hunted relentlessly by the Sentinels of Cosmic Devourer. When used in certain areas of the world, it will unleash them. I don't remember which the Ceaseless Void is in the dungeon. Right, Stormweaver is where? Space. Actually, that may not be bad. Signus is in the underworld. Let's try Signus. Let's try Signus, because we've already got something set up for that. Do I think Signus is going to be easier than Providence? I don't know, honestly. I'm just playing so bad today. I'm just playing so bad. Happens to the best of us. Oh my goodness, you stupid thing. I'm literally just going to head back and freaking heal just so I could do this fight without having to wait forever. And here's another thing. I don't... This guy again. The Kool-Aid man coming in with an oh yeah. I don't feel like my summon setup is doing something. Like, I felt like I was doing more damage before, and I've been trying to keep an eye on it. It's really hard to do in the middle of the fight. Let's move this so I don't accidentally summon the wrong boss. Here we go. Where are you at, buddy? Trying to remember what this boss does. And actually, I think this boss got changed a bit, so I don't remember. So we're just gonna learn it as we go. Lots of stuff on my screen. I can't actually see what's going on because of all my own projectiles. I'm probably just gonna help myself out here and turn those down. Oh, that's right, he charges you. Ah, I remember now, okay. Oh my goodness, this guy. Yeah, he comes at you. He's a come at me, bro. We can use our charge against that, I believe. As long as I don't hit the projectiles. Like that. Actually, that's not bad. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I should have done this way earlier, and actually, you know what? It may help on Providence. So, the Fargo's Mutant mod has an option for transparency. We are just gonna do that because that will help us out significantly for viewing. And you know what? Honestly, it's gonna make the viewing process a bit easier as well for viewers. So let's do this. Let's do that. Let's go back under here. How much you want to bet another one of these nerds is gonna show up and Kool-Aid man me? All right, let's drop this down, though I'm not sure that's actually going to have much of an effect. Here we go. I'm just going to run from the boss, I think. You know what? I'm still getting a lot of projectiles from this plant thing that I have on. And the projectiles are not going transparent. So it might behoove me. Did I move into his teleport there? I think I did. All right. It might behoove me to just not use that right now. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna not use that. We're just gonna use axes. Because otherwise it's just freaking projectile vomit on my screen. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know what's good. I don't know what's bad. I actually go back to this fairly frequently, this concept. I like to bring up WildStar. WildStar was a really great MMO that I think was severely underrated by people. And one of my favorite games that have come out in the last 20 years. Super good game. Because it understood, in almost like a Dark Souls way, how to handle difficulty of encounters in a boss fight. So what they would do is they had the system called the telegraph system. The telegraphs would show you both where your abilities would go and where enemy abilities would go. So like your abilities would show in a green, and enemy abilities would show in a red. So you knew red is going to damage you, green is not going to damage you. In fact, you could also see healing abilities from healing classes as well, because that actually was really nice that they would have like ground targeted heals. And yeah, you bet your butt you're going to have to use those. So as like I played as a tank. In fact, I played a warrior. It was a lot of fun. And you would have to move in the way of your healers sometimes. Like you would see the heals on the ground and you're like, I'm low on health, I'm gonna die. Like you would sometimes need to like sidestep into their heal because maybe they just missed on an aim, because they would have to aim it. So very skill based on that. So it was fun. It was really, really cool how you knew what was bad and what was good, and you weren't really questioning it at any given time. And it made it so that the bosses and their projectiles and everything that they were doing on the ground could be hyper extreme, where it was like checkerboard patterns at first on some bosses, and you're like, okay, I get the hang of this, and you get further into like a raid, and then that checkerboard pattern that you saw earlier in the raid might be kind of a similar checkerboard pattern, but this time it's going to rotate, and it's going to rotate clockwise, and it's going to cross over on itself. And it's just like this really cool, fun movement that was happening in a fight. And this is not like World of Warcraft where, you know, you're statically moving with WASD. You also had a dodge that you could use, like a dodge roll. It was so much fun. And I always go back to that as an example, because from a game design point of view, it was like perfect in that regard. The game was not perfect, but that aspect of it, I felt like needs to be replicated somehow, and many people just haven't done it. I don't know why. Just freaking replicate it. But I really enjoyed it. I think, again, more people should do it. Especially if... Did I summon these yet? I didn't. Especially if you're attempting to make a game with difficulty. Like, make it so projectiles and difficult movement parts of a fight are very visible, where you can see it, and you give the player a way to respond because they can see what's going on the screen. It's clear. It doesn't feel unfair because you're like, it's not. Here's a good example. In World of Warcraft, you often hear people who are raiding get really upset about ground effect abilities because it'll be like this red thing on the ground that you have to avoid. Unfortunately, as you're avoiding it and you're standing on the edge of it, you're still taking damage even though you're outside of it. It's like a common thing that's plagued the game forever. People hate it. And you don't get that in these other types of like telegraph system with Wildstar because you know where it's at. You're not standing on the edge taking damage. If you're in it, you're taking damage. It's very clear if you're in it. I think Terraria mod developers could learn from that quite a lot. I think Fargo's Soul Mod did a really good job of this. I love that series. If you haven't watched that series from me yet, you should go back and watch it because that was probably the most fun I've ever had in Terraria. And there are some frustrating moments in that because of the same reasons I just listed. You know, your boss fights are not clear. We're actually getting this down pretty far with me talking, so I'm pretty confident we may get this down today. So you're having some boss fights that are not clear of what's going on, which is very, very frustrating. But then you're also having the same situation where you're getting boss fights that are incredibly clear. They are a lot of fun. Perfect example is their rework of Deerclops. And I hope that the future of Terraria mods, and I honestly hope that the Calamity devs, because I've had this issue with Calamity in the past, I hope that they are able to kind of take that and learn from it with Fargo's, and maybe even go check out stuff from Wildstar. Wildstar is no longer around. I believe there's a fan resurrection of it, kind of like there was for Earth and Beyond, another one of my favorite MMOs of all time. And I think that you could jump in and play, but they need to check that out because I think clarity in enemy attacks creates less frustrating moments because it takes the ambiguity away of did I make the mistake there, or is that the game was that the game being unfair? And it puts the ambiguity away, and it puts the responsibility on you. Oh, I made that mistake. I see how I made that mistake. That was me. I think that's really important. Why am I so low on health? I thought I was like doing pretty good. Here, any damage I was taking until just now, I'm like almost dead. Ooh. Heal, heal, heal. Heal, heal, heal. My whip's not helping with projectiles either. It's doing like this glowy thing. That's not great. I just wanted to get out of that. Goodness, that was a projectile. That was projectiles. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm moving too fast for my little heal dude to keep up with me. I'm gonna swap this out. I'm gonna try this out, and we're gonna see if I can gain. So provides life regeneration and reduced cooldown of healing potions. Let's see if I can gain some momentum on this fight by simply just doing it without having to worry about healing constantly. think we did it. I think we did it. Yeah. Literally next attempt. Oh, that felt good to do. That felt really good to do. It's funny how that happens where you can get stuck on a boss for whatever reason. Maybe the reason is that, I mean, the reason could be twofold. It could be that Providence is not in the right spot on boss checklist. Could be that. It could also just be that Providence is a little overtuned. Also, could be that I'm bad at Providence. Very, very well could be the case. But I'm really happy that we could get that boss down, because that means that I feel like I can go do these other bosses. Like I could go do Stormweaver and Ceaseless Void and get those done and out of the way. And I'd feel really great about that. So, you know, I'm very, very hyped to have gotten a boss down at least today, because I was very agitated. Let's get these there. Let's do that before I forget. Let's go ahead and swap that back. Should I keep, all right, I'm gonna leave this up to you guys. Let me know in the comments. Should I keep the transparency down for this stuff, or should I turn it back up? Like what would you prefer to see? As it comes to sun fights, regardless, I'm gonna turn it down. But for the vast majority of stuff, I don't need to. All right, what was this, Signus? Yep, okay, so we'll grab the relic. Let's see how cool this relic is. Looks suspicious. Okay. Twisting Nether material for the Void stash, which I need the Nightmare Fuel, so I can't get that yet. What else we got here? There's a Vanity. Transforms the wearer into a Nether Spirit. That sounds cool. We can make the Cosmic Worm with it, but we need everything else as well. Aether's Whisper, magic damage, melee, ranged. So nothing really for us on that front. Signus's Cape, which this seems like a cool Vanity. Let's see here. Where'd it go? Maybe there? Oh, I like that a lot. Can I wear all of them? We're doing the cape, boys. We're doing the cape. We also got the Cloaked Spectral Veil, which is a rogue thing. We got the Rogue Kunai, which I thought this was such a cool weapon when I had it during the Rogue series. We'll research that. All right, is there anything else? Someone's an assassin to lurk behind you. Cool, I also had another thing there. I'll have to check that in a second. Oh, we got a Cosmo Lamp. Interesting. What's this? So, lots of summon damage on it. Summons a cosmic lantern above your head to fight for you. Each lantern takes up to 2 minion slots. Okay, so I can have, how I have to math this out. So I'm at 15. Really? I'm at 15? What am I getting 15 from? I'm actually not sure. So let's do it this. So we'll get rid of the axe. We'll get rid of the flower. Okay, so then we can go. So what am I getting? 1 axe? Yeah, the one. So that would be 14 because I have 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 axe. Cool. You know what? Let's head Underworld real quick. We're gonna test this out. Oh, I didn't actually check anything else that I got, right? That little pew pew is very cute. Nether Spirit. I'm not sure. I mean, it looks like it's doing a lot of damage. All right, here we go. Let's test Providence real quick. Quick test. I'm really curious how much damage this is gonna end up doing here. Actually, it's not bad. It's comparable to my other setup that I had going on, which I could be pretty happy with that actually. The little pew pew is really funny. I kind of like it. Like I really like it. Can I get past all? Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to get past all that fire. All that nonsense fire. I literally flew right into that one. This is my problem with the fight. I just fly into all the projectiles. All right, let's go down. You're gonna get a rage. I mean, I'm lasting longer than I was in the previous attempts. I think that's just a reset of the brain though, more than anything. Pew 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 pew. Okay, let's. Oh my goodness! The more I hear this weapon, the more I love it. Pew 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 pew. I don't know if this is gonna be our go-to jam. I think the axes are nice because they just fly at the target. You know, you don't really have to worry about the projectiles keeping up with the boss, right? It is a very funny idea, though. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, that cracks me up. That's so funny. Oh, let's not die. I'm getting distracted by the pew, 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 pew. I feel like overall I was doing approximately the same amount of damage. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch that back and see if that was actually the case. Well, cool. We got quite a bit there. Now, I think I researched something from Signus that I didn't actually get to read. I'm not sure what it was. Oh, they have a Signus mask I could get to. Maybe I'll just open those up. And I just left the Signus thing down there. Am I gonna need it? Probably not. What was it? Was it Shadow Cloth? Emblem? I think it was a vanity. I think it was the emblem. Yeah, I believe it was that indeed. Okay, that's fine. I'm pretty happy with that. I think because that went so well with Signus, we're just gonna go maybe to Stormweaver or Ceaseless Void and try those out. I think that's probably gonna be our best bet.